Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 172 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and today we've got a great show. We've got two amazing townhomes. The first one is going to be in Oak Cliff. The second one is going to be closer to downtown in XL Park, and they're Fair Park, and it's a great place you don't want to miss.
Absolutely. And in our second segment, we're going to talk about, having your home off market really makes sense in this market?
Interesting debate that we are getting and a lot of feedback on. And it is an interesting market, and the weather is crazy right now. It is spring, and if you're your first time here in Texas during this time, it is just wait another day, and it'll change. Yesterday, I think the high was low 60s.
Something like that.
Today is sunshine and breezy, so it is a great season. We had a little bit of a scare the other night with we thought we were having tornadoes, but did not end up with anything. A little hail here and there, but I think we're okay.
Yeah. Jacksboro got hit pretty hard.
They did, that high school. That was really kind of scary because I think it was right around 4 o'clock is when they got hit. So what else is going on, bud?
Let's see. I don't know. Didn't really do much this weekend.
Some
trying to
weekends
think
are
of what I
good.
did this weekend, and it's we had dinner with some friends on Friday. We had dinner with some friends on Saturday day, and then Sunday I just putzed around the house all day. I mean, it was a Jeff day.
But it's also like one of those amazing days. Like Sunday, the weather was amazing, and it was like, I think we just stuck a bunch of plants in the ground. Cross our fingers, it doesn't freeze again. You never know. And did just that kind of stuff. I think it was, again, another one of those get stuff done. Spring is that time. This is really early spring, but it is time to really do projects around the house.
I worked on the pool. I worked on the yard. I bought some plants. I fixed my scooter flat tire.
You were at it. You also
I did.
texted and asked if I had a large shop vac.
Oh yeah, I've got to work on the pool.
Look at Jeff.
But we didn't want this month to get away from us without acknowledging that it is International Women's Month in the month of March, and our main company was founded by Ebby Halliday, and we wanted to acknowledge the work that women put into our industry, that put into the world in general.
And she was such a groundbreaking woman at this time. I remember when hearing a story that at that point in time, you had to get a letter from your husband that acknowledged that you could have a job. Oh, how we have come so far.
And it was really interesting because she was married to a man named Maurice Acers, and Maurice I only met him a couple of times, but in hearing stories about him, he was also one of those that really wanted women to excel.
And it shows because, I mean, she is a legacy. I mean, she had a 100th birthday party here in Dallas, and I think it was the event of the year. So it's a great, seeing that picture, and you can just see the genuine energy that she has. I always think, what would it be like to go and meet someone when they're at that point in your life? Like if you could go today, your person, yourself, and meet her, then I bet she'd be amazing. And she used to play the ukulele.
Yeah, she would come into office meetings and MLS meetings, and she had her own little song. And it was her trademark song. So
I do love the fact that I feel like our marketing department has really like embraced a lot more than just the real estate and has done a great job. And in the second half, we've got some interesting slide that we'll show with you to kind of go along with that and keep up that. But let's take a look at that market watch.
Okay, market watch. Oh, this one really looks a lot better than last week did. New listings are down a little bit, but I think we've kind of determined that was probably due to spring break.
Correct.
They're, people out of town not wanting to get their houses on the market during that time. Back on the market is up just in a negligible amount. Price decreases are up. I think those might be people that are, putting their home on the market to kind of test the waters at one number, which is we see happening. And then under contract in the option period was up by 2% week over week.
And then once a contract moves out of its option period and we move into the pending status, that also increased to 2,832, which is up 11% over last year. And then when we look at sold, so these are the number of units that have actually closed, and this is the important number that we all want to see. This is actually up 18%, and that is at 2682. And again, it's end of the month. We'll see that number also probably, since we're going to be first of the month mid next week. The numbers will also be up again next week. And then coming soon, look at this. This is the first time that we have been in the fours. And so there's 439, which is up 20%. And that is pretty substantial. I think
is.
that we're seeing a lot more of the agents, because this is a field that wasn't available. Was it available last year? Coming soon?
No, it was not.
And I feel like more agents are getting familiar with it and seeing the need in it. It is also one of the only fields that is not carried by websites. It is only available. So if you're looking in a neighborhood and you're not set up with a portal from an agent, we always set our clients up like that, you will not know about coming soons.
Correct.
So it is really important to actually get with us and let us set that up so that you know what actually is coming on the market in an area before it does.
And it really helps us plan because, it used to be that we did not want to be the Pop-Tart realtors.
Correct.
And, where you just jump and run and go show one thing. There was inventory to really spread that out a bit. The coming soon status, because we are now Pop-Tart realtors, it does help us kind of plan ahead because they can't show them when they're in coming soon status.
Absolutely. But
So-
it also helps buyers be able to get and drive the neighborhood and make the decision, more than just the 12 hours, because it has, anywhere from 0 to 30 days as a coming soon.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, let's ship over and let's start talking about houses. Hey, Ben, what's going to be the first house we're going to talk about today?
I have first.
First.
First. Okay.
Did you plan that, Ben? Ben is our producer and does a great job. And I don't think that we hit that before the show. So I was like, I'm going to throw this over to Ben and ask him what we're going to do.
So our first house is 506 First Avenue, and this is in the Fair Park area. It is really such a great location. You are right off of I-30. You are right there within walking distance to Deep Ellum. You have one of the world's finest hospitals right there if you need that. Just a really, really wonderful little location.
Yeah, and what we think about this area, I'll give you a little back history. My very first introduction to this area was there was a gallery called 500X that was over there. And this is actually, I was familiar with this, and it's on Exposition. 500X stands for 500 Exposition. And it's a great area of Dallas. There's breweries that are coming up over there. Isn't the the Santa Fe Trail close to this is the entrance point?
Not far.
Yeah.
Also, in that neighborhood, you've got Exall Park, which is a really amazing city park. We've talked about it a couple of times. Exall Park is one of the oldest parks, and it became a park in the city of Dallas in 1926.
Excuse me. And Fair Park is another area that is over there. Fair Park is really beginning to get back to its glory days. It has so much of the Art Deco, I think more Art Deco architecture than any other place. Great performances, football. It is a go-to and is really going to be amazing in the next 5 years, I believe.
Also, the Texas Beer Fest is this weekend. If you are into beer, I've been to this before.
Really?
It is a lot of fun. The times that I've been twice, and the times that we've gone, we bought the VIP tickets, which gets you an hour earlier, so you can get to those booths for the beers you want. And if you have not had the, oh gosh, it's slipped my mind. It's one of the Tups that it tastes like a Reese's peanut butter cup. It's a
Really?
dark beer.
I do
that
like dark.
Tastes like a peanut butter cup, and it is amazing.
I would totally get off on that. So one of the other areas around there, you've got Dallas's very own Deep Ellum, and Deep Ellum is home to some of the best music that Dallas has to offer. And in the last 5 to 10 years, it has seen a resurgence and is now one of the go-to for like really great mom and pop restaurants.
Yeah, and Connie Russo is a really great restaurant that's in Deep Ellum that has amazing pizza. They have branched out and have other locations now, but this was their initial one, I believe. Am I saying that right?
I think you're pretty close.
Okay.
If not over there, it's in White Rock Lake. But anyway, this is a great neighborhood. It's becoming one of the more walkable neighborhoods of Dallas. And again, great access to all the highways. So let's start talking about 501 First Street.
So this is the unit that is to the right there that you see. This is a 4-story townhome, really, really nicely done. These were built in 2006. The first floor has concrete floors, this generous sized bedroom, big walk-in closet, and a full ensuite bath.
And one of the great things about this is if you needed a roommate situation, this is a perfect room for that because the way that it is configured, it has its own full bathroom, but it also has a nice access to the downstairs courtyard, which we'll talk about later. When you move up to the second floor, one of the things that is catching about this is how high the ceilings are, but then again, how much great sun there is. And as you can see here, it's almost an entire wall. And therefore, when you pivot around and look at the pictures from this direction, you can see how warm it really does do this room justice.
It really does. And as Weston said, the ceiling height in this is amazing because you've got 12-foot ceilings in the living room section. You've got a couple of steps up, and I think you go to a 10-foot ceiling in that kitchen. So you still have room for the 42-inch cabinets, but you have space above where a lot of people do LED lighting and just, those little decorator touches.
And I think they did a great job in that last picture of showing you how architectural they were thinking by creating a island that separated the living room from this kitchen dining room combination. And there's multiple seating areas that you see here. This is the bar seating area, and it does have a very unique elevated ledge, and then a great configuration for the way the flow of the equipment versus the way that the double ovens, the microwave, the fridge, and then also how the island has the cooktop.
And when you come up to the third level, this is the hallway. Behind that big metal door is your full-size washer and dryer connections. Up here, you've got 2 bedrooms. This is one that the current owner uses as an office. Big slider closet there that is more deep than most of them. Great windows, great light coming in. And this is the master bedroom that is ginormous.
And it's off of the front of the house as well, so you can see how you get that great light, really wonderful effect, and it is really big. As you can see here, there's enough room for them to have a really large lounger, large king-size bed. Look at the size and scale of the nightstands. And when you come into this large, vaulted master bathroom, the skylight isn't available, but you can see how it really does light it up. Great countertop space and great wet area.
And you go up to the 4th floor, and this is the deck that you have your just fantastic downtown views from. There is gas up there for the grill. You've got wonderful nighttime views. We had been in this unit about 8 years ago, and when we walked back in, it just was, I knew about that all over again.
And one of the things that they've done is given you a metal fenced around your downstairs courtyard, and this acts as like your first front door. So this is 506 First Avenue, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage, built in 2006. It is 2,297 square feet. Priced at $540, which is at $235 a foot, which is an amazing deal. So what we like to do is in the comments, we're going to give you a link. Click on that link. You'll be able to go and look at all the pictures at your own pace, zoom in, zoom out, get a feel for the neighborhood. And if it's something you're comfortable in, call us and we would love to get you in. Let's take a look at it.
And we'd like to say thank you to Alan Hopper, a really good friend of mine, for letting us talk about his home today.
Yep. Thank you, Alan. We really appreciate it.
So moving on to our next one, this one's in Oak Lawn. Really cool little development. It is what I consider to be in the best part of Oak Lawn, and this is 3661 Azure Court.
And this is the area, this was, when I first moved to Dallas, this little area was like one of the go-to areas of Dallas because we hadn't had the like expansive growth and everyone wanted to live in this area. And it still, to this day, has such a desired look to live here just because of how close it is to everything. Commuting is easy. You've got Lemon, you've got Wycliffe, you've got Oak Lawn. All of these are major streets that can get you north, south, east, and west and get you both to 75, the toll road, in and out of downtown. So life is really simple around here.
It really is. One of the nearby outdoor spaces that you can enjoy is Turtle Creek Park. This is what was formerly called Arlington Park, I believe.
I believe you're right.
But it is now called Turtle Creek Park, and it is an amazing park. The city has done such a great job in renovation on the buildings, with outdoor seating. This park expands on both sides of Turtle Creek Boulevard right through there, and great place to go out, have a picnic, take the dogs with you, go play Frisbee.
And you can't talk about Oak Lawn and not talk about the Katy Trail. The Katy Trail goes all the way primarily from the American Airlines Center up to Knox. It does go past, but this is really where you see how well and how much gravitational pull it has, both from restaurants and from other apartments that are moving in and around this area. It is a destination. I have friends that are actually on it. I think we're going to go to K Trail Ice House after the show.
Absolutely.
Come join us.
Gloria's is one of my favorite restaurants, and to me, the margaritas here are just really some of the best house margaritas you can get around.
And Jeff loves those margaritas.
I do, and the food is really good too. Their salmon costeña is fantastic. They have really good quesadillas. I mean, pretty much anything you order is great.
It is. And if you're looking for a quick brunch that's easy, Snooze. Snooze is right there on the corner of Oak Lawn and
Rollins.
Say it again.
Is that Rollins? No, that's not Rollins.
No. Am I on the right restaurant?
Yeah.
Oak Cliff. Yeah. Oh, it is Rollins. Okay, you're doing the side street right there between Green and Papaya. Okay, I was going to take them back to Oak Lawn. Anyway, great place to hang out, and it is not open for dinner. It is packed on the weekends, but get in there. It is amazing.
And if you download their app, you can actually you can get in line with the app.
Really?
So you go on the app in the morning, you tell them which location you're going to, you get on the list, and then they will text you and kind of keep you updated as to what time they think you're going to be seated.
That's pretty amazing.
It really is.
That is a good deal. So we're going to take a look, and this is 3661 Azure Court. And this is a great way to show you what it looks like when a developer puts two buildings side by side, street down the middle, garages on the inside, and how well. This is a David Weekley, and they did an amazing job because it doesn't look like anything else in the area. It is very sought after.
It really is. Even down to the pavers, using the pavers that just shows the additional quality and expense they were willing to go to. Wonderful entry on this. You come in and you see the height of the staircase there, and it really makes that entryway feel so much bigger. And
I love that you have outdoor space off of the first bedroom downstairs, and you have a great walk-in bathroom. And I'm not saying that this is like a double master, but I seriously feel like you could actually do a multi-generational living in this, the way that it is configured. And as Jeff was saying, we're going to take a quick little Matterport tour. We're going to walk upstairs. As you can see, it is amazing how much space you have here and the way you have it all open. And I think that's what so many of today's buyers are really, really looking for.
They really are. And it's that popular floor plan of the kitchen open to the dining room, open to the living room. People, I think this is a trend we're going to see last for a long time.
I do too, because it works. It's not like something that's not, it functions for so many different people. And it's not like we have to dedicate a ton of space just to the dining room. It's the right amount. And in the pandemic, we all learned we've got to have additional space to work from. And I think that if you were having a Zoom call from here, you'd have great light.
Yeah.
We're going to keep pitching around looking in this Matterport, and you can see how the stairs work and the balustrades kind of disappear, which is a really nice architecture detail, subtle, but really well spoken.
And from this point, you can go up to the third floor.
Let's see. We're still going to stay on this.
We're on the kitchen still. Sorry. So this has quartz countertops, undermount sink, stainless steel appliances. Does have the commercial grade faucet that hangs out over the sink, which I just love those. I can't imagine not having that. Tile backsplash, which is usually not standard in those, and a fireplace.
Yeah, the fireplace is a unique element. And also you have a little step out patio, which is great. They've set up with a couple little chairs. Really great place to go and enjoy, whether it's a cocktail or whether it's just your morning coffee. It is covered. And you also get to look over your little covered backyard area.
And when you go up to the third floor, this is one of the second guest room, I guess, up on the third floor. Does have a nice little bath. It is one of the things I noticed in this is that they did some of the really cool upgrades, like the ribbon tile that goes through the shower is an upgrade. Some of the sink fixtures they used were upgrades. The undermount sink, that's just really cool.
And because it has it not attached, it has more windows throughout on all floors. And you can see here the window over the tub, the window over the sink, between the sinks. In the other picture, you saw that you had windows on two of the walls there in the master bathroom. So again, great wet space, nice light. It doesn't feel like you're living in in a cramped, dark area, which everybody wants. And then outdoor space. They've done a great job with the lights, hanging them. Interesting way the patio was poured. And then they also did the turf grass, which is really just all thought out so well.
It really was. So 3661 Azure Court is a 3-bedroom, 4-bath, 2-car garage built in 2014. It's about 2,200 square feet, priced at $650,000, and that's about $295 a square foot. And if you'd like to see any of the pictures that we weren't able to include, just click on the links below. If you'd like to go out and see the property, we'd be happy to make that happen too. We'd also like to say thank you to Brandon Fleeman for letting us talk about his home today. And with that, we'll be right back. There are lots of ways to keep up with us. Visit and like our Facebook page to watch us live and get updates about future show topics. Also, visit our Instagram account where you can see the latest homes we have for sale. You can also check out our website at updikepugh.com where you can create customized searches of active and sold homes that you may find of interest. If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, visit homeprice.fyi and you can get a price instantly. Just enter your address and a couple of other pieces of information and we will email you a price. If you are on the go and podcasts are better for you, our second segments are available on iTunes and Spotify. Last of all, you can reach out to us by phone or text at 214-377-2223. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the second segment, episode 172 of Sold with Updike Pugh. Today, we're going to talk about, do off-market listings make sense in today's market?
The answer is yes. I think it's critical that they do these now, bring them on the market.
Okay.
Did I not listen
You
to your
said that
question?
differently, yeah. You say no.
No, it doesn't.
They don't make sense.
Sorry, I was thinking about what I was going to say and not listening.
That's
As
okay.
you can tell.
That's fine. But really, it's, I mean, this part of, we feel part of this inventory issue is because some properties are not coming onto the market. They are being sold just off the market. And it's kind of causing a logjam.
It is, because I think that so many of today's sellers need to have that house that they need to buy and don't feel confident bringing their house on the market because they can't see it because it traded offline. And that's just one of the components that's adding to this logjam. And I think that we could go a whole nother segment and talk about that in and of itself. But I think that what we're trying to talk about today is that whether we're the agent or whether it's another agent, that when a strategy is discussed in selling your house, there are a few times, whether it's whatever that is, for it not to be brought to the market. That it needs to come to the market, because at that point, it's when it's seen by so many people because of the way that we're uploading everything today's market into the internet. It can be seen by people in California. It can be seen people in Chicago. And these are people that are buying houses that most of us don't have access to. And it is from the internet that they reach out to an agent and make the initial contact to begin. And you want as many eyes on your property as you can to establish fair market value.
Absolutely, because what we have been experiencing with many of our listings is we price them as aggressively as the seller and we feel we can. And
Correct.
by aggressively, I mean to the highest possible point that we believe we can. But by bringing those listings to the open market, and we have people that want to make offers on them when they hear about them right away. And what they want to do is avoid that competitive situation that we know that most of the time, or many times, this rolls into, where you end up with 7 offers, 10 offers. We had there was one of our, I think it was a McKinney agent or Carrollton agent in our company that said they had 75 offers on one house.
And so if you think about that, and let's just kind of like dumb it down and say, okay, of that 75, you can break it down into the first 20% doesn't quite understand the market, so they're going to make an market value. And it's really that top 3% that get it, and they have special needs for why that house works and are willing to do what it takes to make that happen. That is what we want. And so we can wipe that away, and 3% that makes that top offer, you're going to get a really great offer in today's market. And there's no way 75 offers is completely different than someone saying, oh, I know someone that wants to buy your house. One person wants to buy your house. They're not having to work against anyone. They're not having to sharpen their pencil. they're not having to really get to the market value to make you want to jump on it. So who is it easier on? And sometimes it is you, because of special needs that you or the house has, that it doesn't work to have people in. But for the mass majority of the people in the Metroplex, 72 hours of having it on the market is all you need, basically. So 72 hours, take a trip to New Orleans, Amr, Laura, have a good time. And then see what it is, circle back and begin to sharpen the pencil and figure out who is the best, because it's not always the best price.
Right.
And we've learned that over and over. We talk with our clients about that. It's not always the best price, because there are so many other components inside of the four squares of that contract to look at and to take into consideration. So
I'm preaching to the choir here.
let me get off my soapbox now. Anyway.
So anyway, you know, selling your home does require a strategy. Seldom is off market a good strategy.
Yep. Hey, you know what? Hey, Ben, will you pull that slide up that we brought? So this is what our company has done. Our company is really trying to get all 1,700 agents to start really pushing this out on social media so that we can begin to get more and more listings in general on the market, and really see if we can, as a group, help alleviate this logjam that we're in. Because I think that I love that Chris Kelly said that rising tides float all boats. And at this point, we all need to work together to really get that tide, because everybody's boat's ready to float.
Yeah, I would agree. So I hope this was helpful to you. I hope it made sense to you.
Yeah.
It kind of did to me.
It did. Well, we hope you enjoyed your time with us. We're always live noon on Facebook. Sold with Updike Pugh. You can also see us on our YouTube channel. And throughout the week, what we'll do is carve this up, put it back out there, and let you enjoy it. So just remember, we want to be your realtors for life.